Hey guys, Quick Streaky here, and today we're coming out with our top 5 best defenders on Rainbow Six Siege. So just a quick note, these defenders are not in really any particular order, we kind of just put them as is, and they're 100% our opinion. So if you guys could leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, it would really mean a lot to us. And if you guys are on Twitch, I do use Twitch at GreekBoy2031, we do stream, and I'm trying to get some more videos out there, so if you guys want to check us out, go check it out. And we're going to get into the video. So the first defender we're talking about today is going to be Kapkan. Now Kapkan is a 2-speed, 2-armor defender that has the ankle denial device. Now these devices are very simple. You just place them on doors and on windows or anywhere on the map that you want. And when an enemy walks into them, they go off and they deal damage to them. Now, if you have a higher armor, then basically you're going to get less damage done to you. And if you have lower armor, you're going to get more damage done to you. So these devices are really good for just dealing damage and getting information. There's been plenty of times when these traps have gone off and I go for a flank and I've gotten at least 2 or 3 kills. They're very good just in general, and if they're in a pinch and they need to push you, these traps will literally just kill a couple people. So the next thing I want to talk about for Kapkan is his loadout. Now he's definitely got a really good primary gun that shoots pretty decently fast, not a lot of recoil, and does a pretty decent amount of damage. I have noticed that the Russian sights I'm not really a big fan of. If they could put a holographic sight or maybe a reflex just to change it up once in a while would be nice, because it does get boring just using these sights. But other than that, Kapkan's got a pretty good gun. Now the next thing I want to talk about is his impact grenades. Now it pairs really well with him, because if you down someone through your trap, all you got to do is throw one of those impacts across the room and get the kill hopefully, and they're pretty good for making rotation rolls. And if you don't like shield operators, you do have C4 that you can use with this operator, and that does pair well with him. So other than that, Kapkan's a pretty viable op, and if you're starting out Siege, he's definitely a pretty good option you can use for him. So that's pretty much it going to be for Kapkan, and we're going on for our next operator now. So the next operator I'm going to be talking about today is going to be Melusi. Now Melusi is a 3-speed operator who is a very good operator. I'm telling you right now, she's definitely got one of the best defending guns in the entire game. Now the reason why I'm a big fan of this gun is that SMGs in this game are becoming overpowered. Like I said, just like Kapkan, not a lot of recoil, it shoots really fast, and it does a lot of damage. Now with having this gun, it does have reflex and holographics, which I do like. If I can't use an ACOG on defending, I do prefer those. And basically, with her gadget being like barbless barbed wire, you can slow people down from coming in objectives, and it's just a nice gadget to have. Now with their gun, I do feel like every time I take this gun out, it's a very easy just to pick up playstyle. Every time I pick Melusi, I always pick her if we're playing a ranked match and we're down a couple points. I always pick her just to get ahead of the game, because every time I use her, I know I'm going to get a couple kills, and I know I'm going to do some serious damage. Now her secondary pistol, I feel very comfortable using for some reason. I don't know if it's the sight on it or just how it sounds when you shoot. But other than that, we're going to move on to a story I have to tell. So a story is that one time when Melusi first came out, I noticed that she was getting banned a lot in ranked. And I was kind of confused why, because I never tried her out before, and at first I thought it was like just people being toxic, saying I don't want people to use this new operator, so I'm going to ban her. So I got a little bit annoyed because I wanted to try her out. So eventually we did play a quick match, and a little thing started to click with me. I was like, wow, like she's got a really good gun. She's a 3-speed, so she moves really fast. And when I was attacking, her gadget got pretty annoying. Even though you can destroy this gadget by meleeing it, throwing grenades at it, sledgehammering it, or even just using Ashes if you charges at it, it breaks pretty easily. She is a nice roamer, and her gun, like I said, just melts people, so that's a really good plus. But my only problem with Melusi is with her gadget. Now, I do feel like when this gadget goes off, you should be notified with it. Because I feel like when I'm playing as an attacker and this gadget goes off, it's so loud, and I feel like the enemy's going to catch me by surprise. But when I'm playing as Melusi, I don't hear it go off that much. So if I'm in an objective or if I'm roaming off across the map, I want to know that my gadget's going off so I can either get a flank or just push them. But other than that, Melusi is a very good operator. She's no surprise why she's on this list, and hands down, she's pretty easy just to pick up. So if you ever bought this operator using Renown, or if you bought it with real money, you wouldn't be too disappointed with her. Other than the fact that you don't get really notified with their gadget, that's just pretty much it. So the next operator we're going to be moving on to is Doc. Now Doc is one of the very few operators that has an ACOG on a primary main MP5. So it's Doc, Rook, and Echo are the ones that have their guns with an ACOG. Now you do have Vigil and Goya and Kaid with their ACOGs, but those guns are not the best if you're in a tight situation. Now, the good thing about Doc is that he could be a nice team player. If you ever see someone down across the room, you can just shoot them with the stim pistol. Now, there's 3 really good uses. 1, reviving teammates, because if you do revive a teammate with the stim pistol, they'll actually get more health than if you revive them normally. 2, you can revive yourself. And there's been so many times where I've actually revived myself when I needed it, and it just worked out so well because I was able to get the kill. And the last one is that if you're ever in a gunfight in a 1v2 or even in a 1v1 and you feel like this guy's a little bit better than you, you can always juice up a little bit and get a little bit more health than the other guy and get the kill. Now, I did realize that there's been talk about taking his ACOG away, which I don't really like, because that's in my opinion, that's the main reason why people play Doc, is because of the ACOG. But he's pretty viable. Now, the problem was that when Jaeger and Bandit had an ACOG, it was just toxic because they would just run around and spawn peek, and it's not bad. And yes, there are Docs that spawn peek, but he's not as fast when he needs to get to places, so that kind of cancels it out. But Doc is definitely a good team player, and if you're starting out Siege, like if it's a free weekend or if your friend just convinced you to buy it and you have no idea who to play, Doc is not a bad option. He's viable to the team, and I've noticed a lot that when I'm playing Reflex and Holographic, if I'm ever peeking a corner and there's someone like a Cali or there's someone with an ACOG, I feel like I don't have that edge that I can get the kill on. But when I have the ACOG, I feel like I can get this kill because I don't feel outgunned that much. So that's basically why Doc is on this list and why our team likes him. Good team player, and he's just very helpful in general. So the next operator I'm going to be talking about is going to be Bandit. Now, Bandit is a 3-speed, and like I said, he used to have the ACOG like Doc, but they took it away for certain reasons because the community didn't like it, and he has the car battery as his gadget. Now, Bandit can do a couple things. He can reinforce walls and bandit trick, which basically means by putting a bandit on a wall after Thermite puts his charge down. Now, he has the choices of using C4 and barbed wire. Now, the barbed wire basically can be placed anywhere in the map, and by putting the battery in, can electrify the barbed wire, which is pretty helpful. I'm not gonna lie, and it stops drones from coming in. But the next thing he can use is his C4. Now, the C4 is very good for taking out shields, and it's just very good for taking out just enemies in general. Now, his SMG shoots really fast and does get a lot of kills. And I noticed that if you put barbed wire on top of a frost mat and then electrify it with the car battery, it's so helpful. Because I've had times where I did it with my friend and he got the frost mat down and then the electric wire just killed him. But he is a very viable team player when it comes to abandoning walls, because if the team doesn't have a Cali or a Thatcher, you're pretty much in a good spot when it comes to Bandit or a Twitch. Other than that, you're in a pretty decently good spot. His guns are very good, and like I said, if you're starting out the Siege, Bandit is a pretty good option to play with. He's pretty like another operator they can just get hands on with, and not bad to learn, and he's just pretty good. Alright, so the next defender I'm going to be talking about is going to be Lesion. Now, like I said, Melusi and Lesion have got the exact same gun, and that's why he's on this list again. Hands down, one of the best defending guns in the game. So Lesion is a 2-speed, which is very helpful for doing runouts and going roaming. And like I said, the gun's the best. Holographic, not what you can complain about. It shoots fast, does a pretty good amount of damage, and that's overall why I like it. Now, a couple things. One, he does have these goo mines that are pretty much invisible, but if you become a pretty good Siege player, you can notice the goo mines. Now, what they do is that when you walk into them, you can't run, and they do damage per second. Now, there's a couple tricks you can do with these goo mines. For starters, you can throw them around the map, and you can get into like Capcan. Basically, just walk around and be like, oh, my goo mine went off here, I'm going to go attack them from a flank, or just push them. Now, another thing I noticed is that it's pretty simple. You have to take the goo mines out before you can plant the bomb. Now, if there's 2 minutes left on the clock and they hit a goo mine and plant the bomb, it's not really a big deal. But if there's like 30 seconds left and they're pushing you and they hit a goo mine, they have to take the goo mine out and then they have to plant, and either the time will run out or you'll get the kill. And another thing I noticed is that if you're ever fighting a Montang, the best thing to do is just to throw a couple of these out here, because there's a couple things he has to do. He either has to walk outside, take them out, and then come back, or if he's stuck in a corner, he either has to fight the enemies off, and at that point there could be like 3 of them, and it'll be very hard. So Lesion is a very good counter to shields, and he's a very good counter for people to stop planting. And there's been so many games where Lesion has gotten banned because people before have had a really bad game with him where they were just getting Lesion and goo mine, and it does get pretty annoying after a while, but definitely Lesion is a very good operator, and there's no reason why he shouldn't be on this list. So guys, that's probably going to be it for the video now. If you guys are still here, that means a lot. It means a lot if you guys would like, subscribe to the video, turn on notifications. I'm going to be streaming on Twitch at GriefBoy2003.1. We're going to be trying to get as many videos as we can, just trying to get them out there. We're going to be trying to stream the new game mode as the time of this recording. The Mute Protocol game mode's out, I think it's called. And that's basically it. We're going to be getting more videos out to you guys, and it would basically just mean a lot to us. So I just want to thank everybody that helped with this video. I want to thank G-Man, I want to thank Lumpy, I want to thank Copious, and I want to thank myself because it took a lot of work, and if you guys are watching, that just means so much to me. And that's pretty much it for the video. So peace out, you guys.